All right, guys, I am back. So I know I said, like, I think it was like the first video about papers, and ignore this little black thing. I was having some printer issues. I had to clean my heads and stuff, but how the papers in this kit doesn't matter. So this right here is presentation paper. So in presentation paper, if you haven't seen it before, felt it before, it's like a very smooth finish. You can kind of tell it on the back a little bit. It's got a little bit more of a sheen to it. Okay, so and then this is it printed on cardstock. And then this is just regular, I don't want to say cheap, but yeah, it's cheap multi-purpose paper. So you can tell that there literally is no difference in quality of graphic there, see? Normally what happens, is, and keep in mind, this can also be printer and computer stuff and everything like that too. Because I always test every graphic to see what papers they like best. This particular kit, it doesn't matter. See, like what I was going to show you here too. See this right here? If you look through all three of them, there's not a difference. There's no difference in it, which is good. I like that. And some like I said, some graphics and the printer, and sometimes it's printer. Like I said, it can like some kits love the presentation paper over like the plain paper, and some of it likes cardstock over everything else. So you just kind of have to play with what will work for your printer and that sort of thing. Because like I don't remember which girl it was now I was watching. She was having issues going from like a laser printer to like her HP or her Epson printer and that sort of thing. And it really came down to the printer. Like her laser, everything she printed on laser didn't matter the paper. That particular graphic set was printing out brilliantly. But when she would print on Epson, the best quality she could get is out of the Epson paper, which for me, I don't usually find that a whole lot. Like my Epson does really great, so we were kind of wondering if it was just her printer, like that particular one. So yeah, I would say always kind of play with the papers, play with your printer a little bit. Like I said, some graphics love the presentation paper, which I do like to print on the presentation paper a lot because it is such a nice thick. It's not thick, but it's just really soft, and I like that feel. So it's yeah, I mean that's more my paper of choice, I guess, for like actual journals. And my preferred for these altered books is plain paper. So yeah, because I don't know. I just do. I think all of us have our own preferences on what goes where. And if you don't yet, you will. So what I was working on is just some ephemera ideas. And I love the big tags to go in these big pockets here. So I haven't backed these yet, and they do need to be sewed. But they're kind of, I don't want to say grunge, but maybe a little bit. They're a little bit grunge, and then I took the pieces from the other kit, so I lined them with, I don't know if you remember, but this is like one kit, and then is it Sundance? Yeah, I think it's Sundance kit is this one. So when you see the really bright colors, it's the Sundance, and when you see the more muted natural colors, that's the other add-on kit. And I apologize, I can't remember the name of that particular kit right now. It's like Spirit Animal kit maybe, or I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Anyways, so I like this, and I've done a hummingbird and the butterfly. And these words come in that add-on kit. Okay. So there's this. We're going to make one of those today. And then, yeah, the book I think turned out great. I actually really like how some of the paint has come onto the corners. I like that. It's kind of like a natural thing, I think. So yeah, so those are going to go in these tall pockets right here. So I need 3 total of those for the top. So we've got 2 made almost. we've got to finish that up. And then what I did too, and you'll see me using them throughout. I'm a big fan these days. Like these are my half like measured pages or whatever from before, or like from tearing out of the book pages. So we're going to use those for the big tags and for journal cards. And then these are just backed onto book page, and I've cut or punched leaves out, and then I've also punched and inked these little guys, which we'll use for embellishments throughout the book. And I'll probably punch a couple more of these because I love that. But that punch broke, so Paul, being the nice guy he is, he took it apart and filed some stuff off, and it seems to be working now. So yep, I just took the extra strips that I had from ripping these apart and made strip work. And then these are the little tiny pieces that and I used all but 3 off the papers and made this cool paper. So we'll use these probably for either tags, like, because there is tags that come in the kit, and I have to print out still the Sundance kit. I believe has a couple of pages of the tags, which I hadn't printed on cardstock, which I want them on cardstock. So yeah, we can cut these down and just, you know, I was thinking, you know, these type of things, we'll back them with something, but I was thinking those would look really, really cool on those. All right, so let's make that other big tag. And then I will sew them, and then I'll bring them back. So what I did for that, and is I just, oh, that one needs to be glued together a little bit more, or better, I guess. Is I've just glued 2 together. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to glue that extra piece out, or put the other backing on. And then I just did this. Pretty simple stuff. And then I took the flat side of my ruler. And then before we sew it, we will, or I will, put ink on them. Oh, looks like I got a little bit of paint on there from the other one. Okay, so then, oh, I was like, why don't I have a piece here at the top? Well, Goober, it's because you didn't have it all the way down to the bottom. I'm gonna have to clean that up, huh? Here we go, 2 left feet again. All right. And then what I did there is I just messy cut these. And then if there was any long ones, then I just trimmed them off. I don't know if organic's the word that I'm looking for, but that's kind of what I'm going for with these guys, is just kind of more of an organic ripped type thing. And I'm guessing my little gal's gonna come back here. Hi, Gracie. Come say hi. She is done and ready for me to iron some more stuff for her. So she's gonna patiently wait for just a few minutes for me to finish this video. Right? Because you can take a break, right? I'm sure your back could use it. Okay, I want to go get some lunch. Okay. And then I'll be done. All right, so then what I did was I did half and half colors. one of these. And then I think, see, we have butterfly. I gotta refresh my memory. Butterfly and hummingbird. And I think I wanted to do dragonfly, but then I got to thinking it might be, the words might be too long. And I was like, well, eagle would still look cool. Oh, dragonfly. Oh, yep, it fits perfect. And so once upon a time, before I brought all this stuff back, because I don't know if you'll remember back, but I was crafting out in the kitchen. And so when I brought these back, of course, I tripped on the rug and they went flying down the hallway in my usual form, but I did have them kind of organized for animal, like owls were with owls and deer were with deer, and obviously not the case now. Oh, dragonfly, dragonfly, where are you, dragonflies? Hummingbirds. Bees. All right, so maybe not in this pile. Oh my goodness, really? Nothing like having your act together, huh? All right, well, apparently I set the dragonflies aside somewhere, so we're going to, I mean, look at all this stuff. I have no idea where I'm going to put all that. Her kits are ginormous, guys. Oh, what do you want to bet? I got smart and left the dragonflies here. How about that? Okay, so I think I want, so kind of what I did here is a big one and a small one. So let's see, we'll do maybe the small one. And I really like that one, so I think that's where we're gonna put that one. Because I think this, some of these other ones need like really bright backgrounds to really pull it out of it. All right, so those are the two we're gonna use, right? There's just little tiny tags down here. Okay, so let's figure out what our other side is going to be here. Oh, there we go, getting all messy again. What about this one? Like that one. Let's see how that looks back there. Maybe too much. What about the orange? Yep, I think I like that, at least for the bottom portion. All right, so really what I did is I just, it's pretty, it's even, I don't want to even say it's even necessarily collage. It's just kind of blending it together. I basically took it in half on one side. And then did half on the other side, right? Gosh, it's been so long. I literally did those like a week and a half ago. Okay, so we're not going to need the whole length. So let's see, and that pocket's half. See, we need some of those, don't we? Okay, because I want that one piece on the bottom to pull that, the color of that dragonfly out. So do this. Okay, so this will be this, this, and this. And then ever feel like you're watching a clown put their shoes on? I would assume that's kind of what I look like when I'm trying to put on. I'll take this little guy off. Oh, so what I was saying a minute ago is I'm getting to be a really big fan of using everything. Everything that's out, like every piece for every kit. I'm using all the scraps, like not all at once, obviously, but all in the same project. and having as little left over as possible. I'm finding for me that that seems to be working excellent. Yeah, I'm loving that. And it's forcing me, because I mean, I am the same as everybody else. I have ginormous amounts of scraps everywhere. And so that's kind of one of my goals of 2019 or 2020, is to use all my scraps in fun ways and get them used up and not have a ton to store later. So that's kind of my thought process too on things that are going to happen here for videos, is using up my scraps. Finding different, Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah has got some really, really cool videos of mass making. And I think I've got enough scraps that I could totally like do a couple of those kind of things and just make out extra things, you know, or not extra things. You know what I'm trying to say, right? I can totally make really cool bulk mass produced stuff. And have extra there. That's my goal anyways, is to have all that, have my bins and bags, and because I have so many digitals that are awesome, but I have them printed in so many different, you know, I have cardstock printed in it. I have, you know, that I would just really like to. And I think one of the things that my shop is going to start featuring is the, I plan to do like naked journals. And then I plan to do, like ephemera kits, like that would have like pockets and tags and things like that in there, to where you could pick your naked journal and then you can pick an ephemera kit. Or just the naked journal. But, you know, it wouldn't necessarily have to be the, you wouldn't necessarily have to pick one of my ephemera packs, but it would be there in case that's something that you would want. So, and I think, I mean, like I said, it would come with all kinds of tags and pockets and, you know, and I would tell you exactly what kind of journal it would fit. It would just have like all kinds of like little envelopes and, you know, things like that to make a journal. But then you could decide where to put it. And like, if you liked one cover, you know, but say your style is more shabby chic than, say, you know, something else, then you would have the choice, since it's already, you know, it's naked, then you would be able to choose your own insides. Like it could go for either, right? I think for me that sounds appealing and fun if you build your own journal. You know, I think that might be something that people might like to do. You know, or if, you know, if it's like it's just in theory, like if it's a plain pink one, then maybe, you know, I would have two different options. You could choose shabby chic kit with the coordinating ephemera, or you could choose, you know, maybe there's going to be a farm one in there or something, and, you know, colors kind of coordinating with that, or, you know, or maybe it's white and, you know, there'd be like farm ephemera you could put in it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And my pockets are a little bit, I should have taken that down first. And there's the little, like, I don't even know if he's like a white Siamese or what the heck he is, but yeah, he's crying. He wants to go outside and nobody's listening to him. He usually comes to me because I'm like the only one that listens to him. You know, it's I think a mom thing, and it doesn't matter whether it's mom of a dog or cat or a human. Moms just know what their animals need or what they're wanting, I guess, maybe. Okay. All right, not crazy how that one comes all the way there, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, so I'm going to go, so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and ink my corners on the pocket, because I will forget. It will be a thing. All right, so then, let's see, what else did I do? All right, I'm going to find, I'm pretty sure I have extra scrappy, no, that will blend too much, I think. So I was thinking I had some extra pieces like that, but I don't think I do in reality. So we'll just tear into a new one that's in that color scheme. And this one is gorgeous. I think that's the one we'll use. All right, so then I just kind of did little tiny pieces. Might even be too wide yet. Enough to just kind of give it a little bit, and then I did a little one up behind there. I think I'll make that one smaller. Okay. And then up top, I did more of a square. Like that. And where'd my little dragonfly go? There you are. Oh yeah, check that out. Okay, so then we'll bring this down, and then we have a dragonfly here that we need to put on. Maybe we'll do it like that. But I did have them on both. Okay, so we're gonna we're gonna not use this piece, and we'll do another long piece and then just cut it down. Okay. I need to stop doing that. I keep crossing my legs and then it bumps the table. Okay, that. And then I got, well, the other thing I got to thinking about with this kit, it's like, I kind of want it nature-ish, right? I don't want a ton of like laces in there, because that's, I mean, while it's pretty, it's not really nature, right? And I just don't think that this, I don't feel it with this one. But I do want to use some type of fibers. So I've been thinking, what do I do? I mean, I think I'll use like solid, like maybe some seam binding type things for the tag toppers and things like that. Or there's a couple other things that I've seen done where they take like, instead of doing fiber, it's, and I got the punch, like little tab punch. This one isn't the whale tail. I wish it was, but it's not. One like that. So we could do something like that at the top. I hadn't thought that far ahead yet as far as what I wanted to top everything with. So I think there's going to be like a lot of the natural cheesecloth in it. And I've got some cotton plainer fabrics, I think, that we'll do like along cards and stuff. All right, so let's get this glued down. think one of the main things I'm going to miss in short order is Gracie and I have been sitting in the evenings after she got out of school. And like I would cut and whatever on things, and we would sit and watch Hallmark Christmas movies. And now it's after Christmas, and I don't even know, since Paul was home, obviously he doesn't like to watch those kind of things. I mean, he'll tolerate one, but not like a whole day of it. So, and I'm pretty sure that season's ended. I don't know. Like I said, we haven't looked. I'll have to look here this afternoon and see if there's still Hallmark movies on. But yeah, I do. I know it's the same movie, different actors. But I really do enjoy just sitting there and watching the magic of love. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Oh, wow. Okay. So let's get this guy, and I've been kind of turning them on their sides. All right, now I'm going to glue this pocket down, and then we'll back them, and then I'll stop the video and go sew it. Okay, oh my gosh, so pretty. All right, and then to back them, I'm going to do this paper here. Let's see how wide we need it. Oh, just about right. Yep, okay. So let's rip 3 of those. All right, so apparently that's going to be the part that we cut off the other side. Okay. All right, sorry guys, I got to take a drink for a second. Okay. You can come in. In water to soak? Yeah. No, just load them in the dishwasher.
But like there was like cheese on it, so
Well, just scrub it off.
Okay. We're taking on the dishwasher?
They can. As long as you don't use anything citrus with it. I got new silverware for Christmas. Yep, my dad and his wife got me new silverware. So yeah, they are pretty cool. And I will tell you, I have not actually ever had a set of my very own silverware. Ever. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They've always been hand-me-downs, which I don't mind at all. And a funny story that, so my very first set, like when I very first moved out, my grandma was getting rid of her set, or wanted to get rid of her set. So she ordered a set for her and gave me that as the, you know, oh, you're moving out on your own type of thing. You need some silverware. Yeah. So I got her hand-me-downs then, and Paul and I had those for years, years and years and years and years, because it was a great set. It was, you know, one of the originals, where they just didn't give out. They didn't anything, you know. It was really good. Anyways, so amongst our many moves, we ended up losing them, I think, off the back of somebody's pickup, I bet. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. And we never ever found them again when we moved to Windsor, from Greeley to Windsor, which I know that's not going to matter, but basically about 20 miles away. Never found them again. And we have looked everywhere. Because some of our stuff had to be in storage for a while, and yeah, we looked everywhere. Never did find them. So, that said, then Paul's parents were getting a new set, so they just gave us their, I hate to say it this way, but like hodgepodge set. You know, every married couple has a hodgepodge set, right? Where it's kind of just, you know, like 4 sets of silverware that makes up like almost a complete set. So anyway, so we had that, and then back when the dollar store was like kind of a, I don't want to say a good, like their quality was better, like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. We bought a couple of sets there. Like, I think at that point you got like two forks, 2 spoons, and a knife in this set. So I picked up a couple of sets of those because, you know, the kids are young, and we all know how kids are with all that stuff. So yeah, I just picked up a couple of cheap sets like that. And then when Grandma passed, we got her set. So we've been kind of, again, hodgepodgey. Her set was kind of, it's like silver and brushed gold and stuff. So it, you know, going through kids and whatnot. Yeah, they're getting kind of rough. So yeah, I was like, you know, maybe it's time. And so obviously when they asked me what I wanted for Christmas, I was like, well, Sam's Club has this really cool set. So yeah, we got 2 sets of that. So I am set for a long time. They're really pretty. Yeah, kind of more modern and very sleek. And a year ago in February, like August, Paul and I bought new, how perfect is that? It's almost perfect. Look at that. How funny. I bet you I can't rip this other one to kind of match it. What do you want to bet? Paul and I's dish set is very much the same. Like I had a set that was given to me at Christmas time years and years and years ago. And it has wolves on it, but it's very, very dated wolves. Like the whole pattern is definitely 90s. So, I mean, again, fine. I mean, it's just daily plates, whatever, right? But they were starting to get chipped, and they are a nice enough set that I kind of wanted to keep them nice. And then Paul's parents were coming for a visit, and I was like, no. And I found these really cool ones at Sam's Club. So yeah, we got that. So that was great. So now, over the course of a year, long story short, we now have new plates, like new plates and new silverware, and I am just happy, happy, happy. Yeah, so I think Gracie and I, because neither one, her or I, are like willing to give up Christmas yet, but I think the one last Christmas project we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and finish up our little November thing that we were doing together. I think we'll finish that maybe next week. And that way you guys can kind of see our finished things. I don't know if we'll do video at all, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll have to just see how time permits. Oh, and I called and ordered new internet, so that's going to be installed tomorrow morning. So yeah, pretty excited about that too. We ended up going back to one of the original companies we had when we moved out here. Like, we had them for like 9 years, and they were so terrible to us. Like, I would call and they would give me some like weird excuse, like it was all our fault or whatever. Well, when the techs finally came out, they're like, oh my gosh, there's no reason why your internet's dropping so much. Like, I mean, there's a reason. It's because they updated everybody's internet and they didn't update yours. I was like, oh, well, okay. So we stayed with them for like another 5 years after that. And then it got to the point where it was a nightmare. Like, it kept dropping and the phone service was junk, and it just, because it's one of those, since we live literally mountain rural, it's a voice called a VOP box, or VOP, a voice over IP system. So satellite. It's pretty much all we can get in this area. It's not even like a hardwired thing. It runs all off satellite. Yeah, so that all said, we, they sent us this thing, like, and then the one we have now, oh my gosh, like literally 20 gigs of internet a month before it go, like, the speeds drop. Do you know how many gigs that really is? I mean, like, that's like a couple of YouTube videos. That's it. That is it. And then everybody's internet runs so slow. Well, that won't work for Bo going to school online starting this next month. So this new one is supposed to have uploading speeds of 20 or 50 millibytes per second. And I look at me talking like I know what's going on with technology. I'll recite to you what the salesperson told me, but I don't know what that means. Anyways, it's like uploads at like 50 megabytes per second. And then it's, then we have 2,000 gigs a month. So it's like basically unlimited. So we'll see, because, and that's kind of what I was telling the current company. I was like, you realize that the state just passed a bunch of laws, right? That you know, you have to meet these. And they're like, well, it does meet it. No, it doesn't really. Bare minimum. Anyways, so yeah, we're still under contract with this other one till August. So, well, it looks like we're going to have 2 internet companies. Won't that be grand? 2 bills. But you know what? I guess if we can get everything uploaded and Bo can do his schooling and everything, then it makes it worth it, right? I was looking for my pen. Buried it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink around the edges here. And then I am going to pause the video, go sew them. Oh, actually, no, we can't do that yet, huh? We need a topper idea. And I actually have not ever used this tab punch yet, so yeah, we're going to have to figure that out. Well, I guess if you're going to be rippy, then be rippy. And I actually think, for the first time in history, I'm going to pull out some of my own dyed cards, and that, since they're like the brighter colors, I'm going to go ahead and use them in this project. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I've actually never used my own dyed stuff much anyways, like, I mean, obviously my papers, but I've never used my index cards. So we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to give it a spin. I mean, lots of other people have used them and like them, but I don't know. It's just one of those, I think you get into the zone, and since they're all packaged up, ready to be shipped, I just forget that, you know, I have some spare back there that I saved back for me, and, you know, they just sit in the back and don't do anything, so. And then I think I have an idea for this, but, you know, you guys are going to have to tell me, because with punches, you know what, I'm still a newbie with it. So, ouch. With this tab punch, I've seen people use one similar to it, and then they do the, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to stand. I can't sit anymore. All right, there we go. Legs are cramping. I don't know why. Probably because I've been standing at an ironing board almost nonstop for hours. So. Okay. But what I was getting at before I'm going to cut this end off really quick. And what I've seen people do with these tab punches is get it lined up, but don't cut all the way through this thing. And I think they do is kind of fold their papers. And then, get some of that out of the way. I'm going to have to take this off. Then what they do is they go, oh boy, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Not with this one. All right, well, I don't think I can do that, so we're just going to do this. Oh, look at that. So cool, but not quite what I was thinking, because I think in order to do the other one, I would have to do, what I was getting at is what I wanted to do was leave this top piece still folded so it'd be easier to put on the page. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're fine. Woohoo! Come on. Let go. Let go. Alright, so what I'm thinking, by using that purple, it kind of pulls all of this purple up, but then it will pull the purple of the paint out. That's what I think. I think. Okay. So bear with me. Never used these before, so... And what I should have said is I've used tabs before, just not a tab punch like that. Maybe I did say that. I don't know. All right, and I do think I would have liked it inked. Okay, so let's give it a whirl here in our book and just see if we're right. A little bit. Yep. Okay, so I think at the very end, then maybe I'm going to tip this in that purple. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we decide later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish out these two by just putting the tabs on and then sewing around, and then I'll come back because then we still need to fill these, which will take a little bit, I think. Yep, so I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. Bye. Okay, guys. This is what they look like sewed. So these ones are done as far as all together. So yep, we have butterfly, dragonfly, and hummingbird. And then we'll work on, in the next videos, we'll work on what we're going to put in these little guys. That's obviously too big. I haven't quite decided yet. Like I said, the Sundance kit has some tags. I'm going to go print some of those out because I think these little tags would work good. And then I do think one of my next ones are going to be journaling cards. So we'll see how far we get in the next video. So yep, those are the 3 we made. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.